Wow. This is my first YouTube video.
It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be really fun. We're doing a Get Ready With Us.
That's fun. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about this video because as you can see, I have a special guest here. If you guys don't know who this is, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Karissa Bodner and I am the founder of Thrive Causemetics. And an Allie Glines super fan.
Oh my gosh, whatever. You guys know how much I absolutely love this brand, and I feel like our relationship has been so fun because I genuinely fell in love with Thrive from the products, and then it just kind of like spiraled into meeting the team and then meeting you earlier this year. Yeah. And you have been such an inspiring person in my life and in Tylen's life, and so I just really wanted to kind of try new content.
Right back at ya.
Thank you.
They're incredible. I know you all know that because you're subscribers of the channel, but...
You're so sweet. I just wanted to create some different content today and just kind of bring Karissa on here because she has inspired me in so many ways. And I just love how she started her own business. She is such a boss. And I know that like you guys are going to be inspired by her. So we're going to be doing a Get Ready With Me. We're just going to be chilling, chatting.
It's my first YouTube video ever. I've never done a Get Ready With Me. So I'm so honored that Allie's teaching me and walking me through. I'm going like through this with a pro. So
no, I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna ask Karissa some questions that you guys actually asked me. Some of you may have seen. I posted on Instagram letting you know I was gonna be doing this. And thank you so much for all your amazing questions. I'm gonna go through them. We're gonna get to know Karissa, talk business, talk life.
And beauty.
And makeup, the best part. So let's get right into it.
All right, awesome. So do you start with your eyes or do you start with your complexion?
It depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I'm going to do bold eyes, I start with my eyes. If I'm going to do something pretty chill, I just start with the base and then do something simple on the eyes. Out of all the questions that were sent to me, the main one that was asked was, how did you get started?
What's really fun is that I have actually been making formulas in my kitchen since I was a kid. I grew up in a very small town, literally lived on a dirt road, and I used to take things from my, like flowers from my mom's garden and my sister's crayons and melt them and try and make lipsticks. And yeah, it was back then they were not great formulas, but it was such a I've had such a passion for creating formulas since I was a kid, and I knew that I wanted to be a makeup artist, and that was how I put myself through college actually. Then when I was in college, I worked as a makeup artist, and after college I went to go work for this brand called Clarisonic, which you guys may know. We were a small startup at the time. I did product development for them. And so I got to work on skincare, and then ultimately wound up working for L'Oreal because they purchased Clarisonic, and that was such a great experience. I worked in their luxury division, and that was really where I fine-tuned my product development skills. And while I was working for L'Oreal, I loved my job. It was so cool. I was like traveling the world, sourcing ingredients, and
so fun.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't realize that side of it.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then unfortunately lost my friend Christy when we were both 24, and I just had this carpe diem moment where I was like, I had this passion for helping other people, and I was so inspired by Christy's life and the way that she truly did that. Like, she was teaching English to orphans, she was traveling the world helping people. Like, her life's purpose was to help other people, and she really did that. Like, she really thrived in those 24 years. And so it was that experience of seeing the way that she had helped other people and knowing that I had this love for beauty and the way that beauty makes people feel confident. I was actually in Los Angeles, so I was not living in Los Angeles at the time, but I was in Los Angeles visiting a friend about a month after she passed, and I just thought, if I don't do it now, when will I ever do it? Yeah. And so Christy really was the catalyst for me wanting to start Thrive, and I wrote the business plan on my iPhone that night. So for anybody who wants to start a business, you don't have to have some complicated business plan. You can literally just speak from your heart and write down your ideas. But from the very beginning, I knew that I wanted products that were going to make an impact on people's lives. And
which isn't something that the makeup industry has really done before, at least not in my knowledge, right? No. So that was kind of a new approach too.
Yeah, and I mean, it even goes down to our name, the name Thrive Causemetics, and we spell it C-A-U-S-E instead of C-O-S because the whole idea was that it would be beauty with a purpose, products that were incredibly effective, that would make the user feel really confident, but that would also help people. And so that's been in our DNA from the very beginning. And I started it out of a 1-bedroom apartment. And really, to get started, all you have to do is just like make a list of everything that you think needs to happen and then refine it over time. It's not super complicated. It's hard. It's really, really hard to start a business, and it's really scary. But so much of what gets people from even getting started is the fear. And so getting over that fear of failure, like literally I took a piece of paper, I split it in half, and I made a list that was all the bad things that could happen and all the good that could happen. And the good that could happen from it was so much longer. Like the bad side only had 2 things. It was I could lose all my money and I could look like a fool. That was it.
True. Oh my gosh.
And those things are really scary. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Like I don't mean to diminish the fear that people feel around starting a business. I'm sure you've had that experience too.
I mean, we're all afraid of failing.
Yeah.
That's like the main thing, I feel like. But I love how you weighed the 2 options. And then obviously was like, okay, well, the risk, you know, is worth it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the worst thing that could happen is just like, you know, you lose your money.
Yeah, and I didn't have very much money.
It's like, okay.
I started the business with $20,000, and then it was $30,000, and I wound up using my life savings, which at the time was about $100,000. So I'm all in this business, and that was my only option was building the business. So that was scary, but I think because I did it gradually, I actually worked a full-time job. I worked for a nutrition company when I was starting Thrive, so I could fund it.
Gotcha.
And so you can do things to remove that fear. Like that made me feel so much more secure for that first year of Thrive. I worked a full-time job, so I knew I could pay my rent. I knew I could pay for inventory. I could keep the website running, like all of those things. It's like, even if we have 0 sales for a whole month, I will be okay. There's always a way.
So true.
I'm like clearly not gifted at doing my makeup and talking at the same time, so this will give me some...
No, like, to be honest, I watch these videos all the time, and people are able to just, like, have conversations and then, like, be doing this intricate eyeshadow, and I'm like, I can't either. So, in a way, you always knew you wanted to do something in makeup. And then, when you lost your friend, that kind of was a catalyst, like you said. But what made you want to, like, make it a brand that gives? I feel like that's such a different business approach than just, oh, I want to start a makeup brand. Like, to have a charity kind of model attached to it is very different. How did you kind of like go about that? How did you start doing that, and what did that look like, and how has that evolved?
To be honest, I never thought that I would start my own brand. I loved making beauty products. I loved making skincare, and I loved making makeup. I didn't think that I would ever start my own brand, though, because I felt like there were so many other brands out there. And even when I was a makeup artist, it seemed like everybody wanted to start their own brand. And I just thought, if I was going to do something, it would have to be so different. It would have to be something that really moved me. I needed, ultimately, what I talk about a lot is I needed my why. When you have this great job and you have security around that, why would you start a business? That's kind of crazy.
Honestly.
And so for me, the mission behind Thrive was my why. And Thrive wouldn't be here if we didn't have the mission that we have, because it's too easy to quit. So when I started the business, before we had any sales at all, I actually donated products. So our first products were lashes and adhesive.
Okay.
And so I started the business by donating products, and we donated 1,000 pairs of lashes and 1,000 adhesive. We gave specifically to women going through cancer. That was something that I was really passionate about because I had just lost my friend to cancer, and I also philanthropy has been a part of my life, so I would volunteer as a makeup artist to work with organizations that were supporting women going through cancer, and I would do makeup for them. So that was something, so for me, it's been a part of my life from the very beginning, but being able to create a business that could support the philanthropic passion that I had was really where that was all born. And so in 2015, when we launched, we specifically gave to, for every product purchased, we donated one to a woman going through cancer. And then in 2016, as our business started to grow, we then were able to partner with organizations that were helping women who had experienced domestic violence. And then in 2017, we partnered with our first homeless shelter shelter that was helping women that were re-entering the workforce. And now we partner. You saw Dress for Success. Yes. So Dress for Success was incredible, which they're not a homeless shelter, but they are empowering women who are going through a tough time in their life and just need that support. And so in the beginning, for those first 3 years, it was for every product purchased, one was donated. And then we had the different organizations that we support, and we still give product. And for all of this year, that is what we've done until the crazy wildfires that happened in Northern and Southern California. I was just sitting there watching the news, and I called our head of marketing, and I was like, it was a Saturday. And I was like, we have to do something. This is insane. These are the worst fires that have ever hit California. Makeup is so powerful. Skincare is so powerful. And I wanted to do more. It wasn't enough in that moment. And ultimately what they needed they needed money for supplies. And so it's a really big deal to go from having a very specific giving model to then saying, okay, we're going to donate 100% of our profits from one day. We had to get everybody involved. My goal was to donate $50,000. And I thought, okay, my goal is to donate $50,000. And if we can't do it, I'm going to fund it myself. Like, I'm going to find a way to donate at least $50,000. And our community rallied in a way that I have never seen before because of everybody's effort, including yourself. You were sharing it on your channel, so thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, of course.
And we are donating $250,000.
Wow.
So to be able to do that, in addition to the products, I mean, we are donating products to these organizations as well, but to be able to donate the money is so powerful.
I love how you've kind of evolved in that way of just like at first with just your lashes, you know, the focus was on women going through cancer, and you still do donate to like women who are going through cancer, but it's
absolutely,
it's just like turned into this massive it's
a movement.
Yes, it's a movement. That's a great word for that, because it's just any woman who needs that boost of confidence, who needs to like be reminded that they're beautiful and that you remember them no matter what they're going through, whether it's something with health or their physical environment or anything like that. It's just so great that you've been able to touch so many women's lives. And I loved going to Boston with you guys and going to the giving event, because it just all came to life for me, to be honest, because that's one thing that when I first found out about Thrive and I made that video before I ever even knew you.
Yeah, I'm smiling because I was so excited when I saw that video. I was like, oh my gosh, Allie made a video about us.
But I felt like I just fell in love with the brand and your mission. So because that's something that I was already attached to with Thrive, to go and like actually be able to donate the products to the real women and like do their makeup, spend time with them, and just see how it transformed their self-confidence in just like an hour was incredible. It was so fun and so like eye-opening to see that come to life. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do in the next few years as well. I honestly can't believe how much you've done in 3 years.
Oh, thank you.
It's so inspiring. It's so incredible.
It's incredible. These women, and just the way that we're able to develop real relationships with them too. Yes. Like, you got to meet Nolly.
Yes.
And isn't she amazing?
Amazing.
I love Nolly.
Like, incredible.
Yeah. No, she's become one of my closest friends. I mean, I love her so much. We named an eyeliner after her.
Yes, which I was actually going to want to like to kind of touch on, because it's so cool. All of
I have the Nolly. Oh my gosh, that actually is that is totally. I thought this was Ella because we have 2 brown eyeliners.
Oh my gosh, that was meant to be.
Yes. No, that is awesome.
But if you guys own any Thrive products, you'll probably notice that all the products have a woman's name on them.
Yeah,
and that means something though, right? Like it's someone that's impacted you in some way.
Yeah, or somebody in our community. Yeah, Nolly is somebody who she was actually one of those first 1,000 women that we donated lashes and adhesive to. She reminded me so much of my friend Christy, just this vivacious spirit. You could just feel her through the camera, her warmth. And she was actually going through breast cancer at the time. She's such an incredible person, and her strength and the way that she really cares about other people. She is my inspiration on days where, you know, I'm having a tough day. She's my everything. I love her.
I love her too, and I'm so happy that I was able to meet her through that giving event. One thing I really admire that you do as an owner of a brand, I really don't see this often. You will like ask your audience what they want and what they want to see next. And I think that's something that's so cool.
I know that I wouldn't be here and that Thrive wouldn't be able to do what we do without our community and the products that we create. I mean, our CC cream, there were thousands of women from our Thrive tribe that helped us to create the shades.
I love how you listen and like create something that, you know, once it's launched, everybody really is attached to because they maybe gave that feedback or put that input in, and then it's something that they all want to see.
If you are a business owner or somebody who's creating products and you think you know it all, that's a problem.
There's your problem.
Because none of us do, and none of us know it all.
Your products are incredible.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm not just saying that because you're sitting right here.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
I love them, and all my friends who come over always like steal my Thrive products because they're like, hey, what's that teal makeup brand that you're always using? I'm like, yep.
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. But
Yeah,
do you know why I made the packaging turquoise?
No.
Have I told you this before?
No, I want to know.
So we actually get asked that a lot because in the
Yes.
beginning there were two things that I got a lot of feedback on when I was starting the brand. One, Karissa, why can't you spell cosmetics the normal way? That was one that people were like, that is really, really weird that you're not spelling it normal. I was like, well, we're for a cause. That is our brand. And then the second thing that people told me I needed to change was the color of the packaging. And I kid you not, people still tell me to this day that we need to change the packaging. So the reason why I have always had such conviction over our, what I call #Thrive Turquoise.
Yes.
Is turquoise is the color of joy. And that is why I wanted to create a brand that was about joy, that was about empowerment. And so it was the perfect color for Thrive. And I won't change it. I'm not changing it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So when you told me about, like, when we were talking about the color of this, it made me think of, you told me once about when you started especially, how people were like, really kind of mean about the color of your brand.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who asked questions were wondering, in fact, I'll read a specific question.
Yeah.
Rebecca asks, did you ever have that moment of, I can't do this? And how did you move past it? Because I know we've all gone through those situations. How did you get yourself to not listen to people who were being rude in the beginning and now even? Like, how do you get through that?
Well, I will say it never gets easier. You just get better at dealing with it. Wow. Never gets easier. There are always going to be people who doubt you. There are people who are going to question your intentions and why you're starting a business. And that is why it is so important. I mean, I have been told, Karissa, you'll be a good product developer someday. I've been told. And that is one thing. I'm like, I think I'm pretty good at that, the product development part.
Very good at that.
And I have had people say to me, you're too young to do this. You need an adult in the room. But I've had so many people who have supported me. And I've had so many people who, out of just like yourself, like out of the kindness of their heart, have just shown me such love. And what keeps me going are, one, the people who have supported me. So you have to remember the people who are supporting you and just hold them close to you. And for me, the people who have supported me are often the people that we've helped. And so it's focusing on my why. It wasn't that long ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I had the idea for Thrive, and 3 years ago when we made the website go live, we would do 0 sales in a day. And I had no backup plan. And I had wiped out my bank account to start this brand. But I would get letters from people that we had helped, especially from those first 1,000 people that we donated the lashes and adhesive to. It was not just the people. It was the husbands. It was the sisters. It was the brothers. And I'll never forget Stephanie. Shout out to Stephanie. We named a lipstick after her.
Oh, awesome.
So Stephanie, she wrote me this letter and I printed it out. Or she wrote me an email and I printed it out, and it said, the world needs Thrive to exist because the impact you've had on my life has been more than anything I could ever ask.
Wow.
And it was moments like that, messages like that, that I held on to then and that I still hold on to today, because that is what gets me going through those dark times. That's what keeps me going.
And I feel like the hardest part is just starting.
Yeah.
And I know,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and I know so many people. I mean, I read comments and I have DMs of these girls who want to start their own thing, whether it's makeup or not, whether it's a YouTube channel now or their own brand, whether it's something clothing, blogging, whatever it is. And everyone's so nervous to just start.
Yeah.
And everyone's so nervous that it's not going to be perfect the first time around, you know?
Yep.
And that's something that, like, I don't think you can avoid.
Yep.
And you just have to do it.
Yep.
And, like, just learn from your mistakes. I mean, I'm sure with your brand, you've kind of experienced that as well.
Oh, absolutely. The products that we've created, even though I have a product development background, like, I started the products in my kitchen. So I didn't know all the answers. But sometimes the not knowing can be your greatest asset.
Totally.
Because if I would have known, quote unquote, right way to do it, I might have done it just like everybody else did.
Yeah.
You know?
So true.
And the things that were really challenging in the beginning and the things that made us different are ultimately why people love us. If you have a business idea and people tell you that it's dumb, that's actually probably a really good sign. Because then that means that nobody else is doing it.
No one else is doing it. Totally.
Yeah.
But when you just stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And you know your why.
Yeah.
Then, like, that's what makes you different. That's what makes people, like, cling on to whatever your mission is. And that's what, you know, sets you apart. So it's so true. Like, the things that make you different make you successful because it makes you stand out in a unique way that no one else is doing.
I never thought I would be on the internet without my makeup on so much. I mean, I'm sure you feel that way too. I mean, it's totally. Like, did you ever think that you would go barefaced in front of millions of people?
No, especially because my skin was, like, my biggest insecurity. And so to have an HD camera focusing on all my imperfections was really scary at first, but I learned, I mean, that was one of those things where it's like, that was a flaw, so to speak, that set me apart from a lot of other beauty gurus who maybe were blessed with really great skin.
Yeah.
It helped me connect to people because I found a community of girls who maybe felt the same way that I did about makeup and who felt the same way about their skin as I did. And so that's a good example of something that's, like, so scary. And so, like, my biggest insecurity, honestly, but it led me to this, you know, and it led me to a really great community, and I am so glad that I just, like, got over that and decided to
I think
film.
your skin's beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's been quite the journey.
Yeah. You really do have the best community. They're so wonderful.
I feel like they are as well. I love them. I have a couple other questions that I thought were really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know the answer of these because, like, I feel like we've had conversations, but there's some questions that were asked that I was like, I want to know what she's going to say.
Okay.
So, Sarah wanted to know, what's your favorite product you've ever created?
Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like trying to pick your favorite child.
I was wondering what you'd say.
Am I allowed to have two?
Sure.
Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara is my favorite product.
Which is this.
Yes. So what I love about it is that it's really unique. It's going to act like a lash serum with the orchid stem cells that we infused it with, but it's also a fiber mascara that's not going to flake on you.
Yes.
You're going to get the look of lash extensions without the damage. So that was a labor of love. It took me 3 years to create it, and I am so proud of that formula.
That's amazing.
And it really works. That's like, and the way that our community, your lashes look amazing. You have amazing lashes, but, like, it's incredible.
But this mascara, just, like, honestly, I love it. I love it.
I love our CC cream, one, because it really works with your skin. It's going to apply the coverage that you're looking for. You get that broad spectrum SPF protection, and you get a lot of skin loving ingredients in it. And I love that it's an inclusive CC cream.
Yes.
And the way that our community helped us create the CC cream by testing and by telling us the shades that they were looking for and what they thought was missing. That's why I love that product so much.
Well, and I'm sure people know, if you shop for CC creams before, in my experience, there's probably 5 shades.
Yeah.
And you launched with how many?
18.
18.
Yeah.
18 shades.
Yeah.
The shade range was unbelievable. And that's, like, the first thing when I first saw the shade range, I was blown away because I had never seen that in a CC cream ever, ever, ever. And so I think it's so amazing that you spent the time to develop all of those shades and you, like, really took the time. That's something that I've really admired about you, is that you don't rush through it just to get a product out.
No, we're slow. We're really slow making products.
And that's why I'm convinced that's why every product you come out with is so good. And it's just like you can tell the love that went into it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so excited. Every time you come out with anything, it's like, I know she's busted her butt on this for years, and she would not release something that she's not 100% proud of. There were a few people that wanted to know what your best-selling product is, and also someone asked what your most underrated product is.
Okay, our best-selling product is Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara, closely followed by our Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner. Because the Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner actually has semi-permanent micropigments, which is what they use in microblading. So, like, for the people who are using microblading on their brows, it's those same pigments, but applied topically. So it actually lasts for longer than 24 hours, which is incredible.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So cool.
I would say our most underrated product is our Cosmo Power Blush.
Okay. Do you have it here so you can show them?
Yes, I do. This is a very loved blush, but this is rosy. It's infused with hyaluronic acid like a lot of our products are.
I love hyaluronic acid.
And it's so powerful. But what is so great about this is you can use it. It's 3 colors in one, and you can use it as a blush or an eyeshadow or a lipstick. So it's so hydrating. Like, I'll show you. You can literally put it on your lips. And it creates the prettiest lip color. So the pigments are water resistant, so they stay on really well. And then,
my gosh.
And see, it's like a matte metallic.
Yes.
So I just do like a little bit, and you can put like Lip Mate over it, and you're good to go. But the reason why it stays on so well and it doesn't get cakey is that hyaluronic acid. And then it also has vitamin B5 in it as well. So
I love how you always, like, are you just so passionate about finding those good for you ingredients to put? Because I feel like that's one thing I really love about Thrive products is just like there's always something that's really special about it, like an ingredient or several that are just like really special and really good for you.
It definitely presents challenges in creating a formula.
Oh,
That's part of why our product development process is so long, is because when you are creating formulas that have those skin-loving ingredients, it just takes more time. So
yeah. And that actually made me think of a question that was submitted, I guess, if you want to say, by Shelby Wilson. Have I shown you her channel?
No!
She is so amazing. She's a YouTuber. I will link her down below, but she's been, like, the best and the sweetest and so supportive of me. And she actually had a question about formulating products and things like that. So she said, was it hard trying to find production labs and chemists that you trusted to formulate your products?
So, to be honest, that is my background. And so I did know who to go to for most things. So something that is challenging and that was challenging is that we actually create all of our own formulas. So the actual development has been more time consuming for us. And then we will partner with somebody to produce them. And so, yeah, I mean, it's always challenging when you're creating a formula that's never existed before. But anybody can do it if you really work at it and study the chemistry and really get to know what your consumer is looking for. You can do it. It's really chemistry is what it is.
That kind of like makes me freak out because chemistry was not my forte in school.
No, it was not my forte either. I was not good in chemistry class.
How did you figure out that like you enjoyed formulating things like and someone else asked, Marie wanted to know, she knows you started in your kitchen and she wanted to know like where you got your ingredients because she wants to kind of experiment with that as well. Like how did you know what to even start with or like what to use?
If science isn't fun for you, it's because it's not in a relevant field. So for me, what made me light up and what brought my passion forward for chemistry and for science was makeup. Like that was the fun part. It was skincare. And so for me, it was about creating products and I needed to learn the chemistry to get there. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so,
totally.
As far as the raw materials and the ingredients that went into our formulations, I literally bought them from the source by digging on the internet to find them.
Wow.
And traveling around to find the ingredients. In the beginning of my life, though, my ingredients and raw materials were from my garden. And so you can make a really great formula out of coffee. Like you grind up the coffee grounds and coconut oil and shea butter. Like there are things you can buy at the grocery store that can create amazing beauty products. So it's really depends on what you're looking to do.
That's so fun. Seriously, it's so fun. I want to just open up like the actual question thing and just kind of go through a few. All right, so I have one from Jane. She wants to know, she said, do you think you will ever have your products in Ulta or Sephora?
You know, I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had a crystal ball. I love Sephora and Ulta. I think they're fantastic companies. What I really love about Thrive, though, is that we have this direct connection with our tribe, this Thrive tribe. Having that direct connection is so important, and it's how we develop our product. And when I say direct connection, I mean we literally can email our customers and say, what do you want us to make? And then they respond.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it would never happen, but we're so excited about being able to have that direct connection that I wouldn't want to lose that. So I know that's not like a totally certain answer, because the truth is that we don't know.
So we talked about like how you started Thrive and kind of the journey, but a lot of people wanted to know why you chose Thrive. Did you answer that really, or like is there a specific reason why you chose the word thrive?
So the reason why I picked the word thrive is because it embodies everything that every person deserves. Everybody deserves to thrive. Everybody wants to thrive. And this business is about helping others thrive and helping you thrive. And so it just made sense. And then the cosmetics was because we're here for a purpose. And so spelling it the way that we did.
I love it. There's your dog.
Yeah, there's Cody.
Your doggy.
He wants to be included.
You too, right?
I do,
Oh
yeah. Cody and Cooper. Yes, it's just Cody's the one that's vocal.
Barking.
Yeah.
Vocal.
Yeah.
So cute. So Mandy wanted to know, when we buy a product, is the same product donated or is a predetermined item donated?
You know, to be honest, it really depends on what our partners are looking for. To be clear, we're never donating a lesser product, and it's always the same great products that you get to use. Our partners will come to us and they will say, hey, the women that we're supporting really need lipstick, or they really need CC cream. And one example is Breast Cancer Charities of America, who's one of our giving partners who I just love so much. They are an incredible organization that supports women going through breast cancer. So it didn't really make sense to give them mascara, because often when you're going through chemo, you lose your lashes. And so they asked for us to donate 25,000 pairs of our Jackie lashes specifically, and then 25,000 bottles of our waterproof adhesive. I don't think we've ever sold 25,000 pairs of Jackie lashes, if I'm being honest, but we actually did a special production run so that we could support what they needed.
Wow.
So yeah, so it really depends. And then like with the wildfires, like yes, product matters in that case, but that's why we started the initiative around donating 100% of our profits from that one day to be able to support them with the money as well.
Yeah, so it just honestly is just almost customized to what your partners need.
Yeah, we can support people where they need support, and we're giving more than we ever have before.
Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting to me, is that we can continue to grow our impact. Like, I've made no secret about the fact that I want to start a scholarship fund. Like, that is something that I can't wait to get our community involved in, so that we can really help people in another way. So we will continue to donate products, but I'm excited to be able to do even more.
I love that. I love that. And I love how the success of your company and the Thrive Tribe has allowed you to expand to places that you probably didn't even expect to in the beginning, and lead you to help, you know, starting from women with cancer and leading into these bigger things of just like now like helping with natural disaster relief. It's just like helping any person thrive and like helping out anybody who is in need. I love that you've been able to kind of create a brand that's turned into such a huge like giving machine. I don't know. It's just like, it's amazing. You guys are always constantly giving, and it's just amazing to see.
Thank you so much.
So cool and inspiring.
There's this amazing quote that I actually had. It's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I don't know if you know who he is.
I feel like I've seen some quotes. But...
Yes. So when I was a kid, I had this quote in my room, and it said, "To know that one life has breathed easier because you have lived is to have succeeded."
Oh my gosh.
And that is what I have lived by. I think my parents did a great job of putting that quote in my room, because it really is true. It's not about like donating millions and millions of products. It's about donating and making an impact on one person's life. And that's what it was in the beginning, and that's what it is today. It's about the people like Nolly. It's about Rowan. It's about Dion. It's about these women. So
I love it so much.
Well, we love you, Allie Glines.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. All right, so I think I'm going to do just one more question. There's so many good ones, but Valentina wanted to know, what advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
Oh. so many things. 15 was so hard for me.
Right?
It was
I know.
so hard. I moved. My dad lost his job and I moved. And it was such a hard time for me. I was bullied and it was just that was such a rough time.
Yeah.
So 15. Just keep going. Just believe in yourself. And this world is so much bigger and so much brighter than what you think it is at 15.
Yeah.
When I was 15, if I would have known that Jessica Simpson was going to love our adhesive and that Kelly Clarkson was going to love our eye products, I would have just been like, you know what? I'm good.
That's
I'm good.
amazing, yeah.
If I would have known that. And so to know that the world is so much bigger and that you can always start over and that you can always find joy from within yourself, I wish that I would have known that my joy came from myself.
I love it. So I think those are all the questions that I have. I mean, we could sit here for another 3 hours. I'm like ready to keep asking these questions because it's so fun to hear your perspective and your side of things.
Oh, thank you.
And I think it's so inspiring to see somebody at your age. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 29.
29, you guys. She's 29 and she's done this. And I think that it's so inspiring because for me, I feel like people sometimes think that you have to go through, this many years in life to be, wise enough to start something. And I feel like it's incredible that you've done this at such a young age. And I feel like also no matter what age you are, it's not too late to start either because the past 3 years only, you've like worked so hard. Yeah. And it's turned into this incredible brand and community. I'm so grateful that you came and joined like me on my channel and you've been so inspiring. And so I hope you guys were inspired as well. I love Karissa. I love Thrive.
Well, I love you.
That.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you guys, feel a boost of inspiration like I do every time I talk to Karissa because she's so inspiring. And I just love what you've been doing. I love your brand and the good that you've done. And it's just so refreshing in a community that can sometimes be a little bit more selfish, in the beauty community. I feel like you've really brought out the best. You've brought out what I love about the beauty community, and that's like helping people, making people feel confident and like finding good relationships with women and just like having fun with makeup. And so you've really brought that out with your brand.
Thank you so much. That means so much. And I feel like you do that for the beauty community. You do such a great job of spreading positivity in the world. And you have such a beautiful soul. You're truly the definition of beautiful inside and out.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And the work that you do and the way that I know you all don't get to see this, but seeing the way that Allie and Tylen have so much love for each other and so much love for you guys is one of the most inspiring things that I've ever seen. And so really, like, you should be so proud of yourself and everything that you've accomplished because what you do is hard and it's so beautiful, the message you're putting out into the world. So
oh my gosh, thank you. Gosh, that like really means a lot to me coming from you. So thank you so much.
I mean it 100%. So this girl's the real deal.
Oh my gosh. I'm like trying not to cry over here. Oh, it's fine. I love you all so much, and I can't believe that I get to do this every day, and it's because of you guys. So
thank you for being such a kind community to Allie and also to Thrive. I mean, I see your guys' comments, and it's you guys really have something special. So thank you for having me, and this is my YouTube debut, so I'm so excited.
Yay, I love it. You did such a good job, and it was so much fun to sit here and get ready with you and just chat. So
thank you.
Love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. You have to go. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Love you. Bye. And then you blow a kiss.
Okay. So do I say love you too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Love you.
Okay. Hold on.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Love you. Bye. There we go. You did. Yay.